Hello all, my greetings, and this is Mr. Fenric Narakaze, and if you want to know my real name, please do contact me and I'll get to you. And today I'm trying to talk and inform you and everybody about our current world situation or situations and how to fix them together, and the problems we are facing and others who are facing too, or someone who we don't know and not around, and things like those. I'm going to talk about them and ways to solve those things. And okay, our world, it exists. We do. Our conscious can feel it, and we can see things, feel things, taste things, and many things. But how does it exist? How did it really come to existence? Because something to exist, like in a physical matter, some kind of supernatural power needs to be there for all this physical forms and all this information and data to exist. But until we know that, let's talk about, I've noted some points, and I would like to talk about on these things that I chose, considering this situation, my situation, and our world's current situation too. And it is about the countries. They are making war and fighting like, I don't know, a bit. Isn't that, from my perspective and my views, from my views, looking at from the third person views, and like, they're making wars, and instead of coming to a better conclusion, using the resources to make war, those missiles and bullets, how much do they cost? Why did they not invest that? Why don't they invest that on better things for the other country, like an industry, okay, like a, what are they asking for, and why are they fighting? The reason, how to solve it in better ways. Not like going against head on head like 3-year-old, or like kids. I'm not trying to disrespect or offense anyone, but being an adult, a responsible, a mature person, like what they have and what they have, what they don't, and what we have and what we don't, like making tradings, and just sharing things, like doing things for the other country, like building them roads, and many things. There are many things you can help the other countries to improve their standards of life, and for everyone's better future, because we are all humans and we seem to be lacking humanity. The universe and the and the uh, resources we have. We have got everything in this world, don't we? If we just go by the scientific properties, like from one proton to two and three and on, we can. There's everything possible, you know. And I'll talk on that topic a bit later. But first, let's talk about like how can we improve our relationship with other countries rather than I mean, you know, which is not a social thing a mature would do, you know, like come into, you know, better mutual understandings and respecting each other, and, you know, finding out the fault, the cause, the reason, and finding the truth, and, you know, accepting the truth as well. And the law, I want to talk about the law as well, because people are earning money, but it's being collected in a bank, in people's bank account. There's no limit to how much you can earn. They should be using virtual currency like bitcoins and extra other things after going over the earning over the limit, because the people who had counted before printing those money, they are living here without any employment, jobless. And there's the people who wants to open an industry or some kind of factory companies. They don't have money because they can't get any kind of job, you know. Let's face it, and we have to face it and accept this, that this is a world, not some kind of board game. We just collect money and, you know, stop the other player. I don't think we should be living like this, because after earning more than over the limit, there should be a limit, and it should be a law, you know. And after there should be options. It should be mandatory, but options to what industry or what part of sector you want to improve, you know, like sharing. We do say sharing is caring, but, you know, personally, I don't think I should say I would suggest anyone to share when you are not having, you are yourself in need. Okay, I've got nothing to eat myself, for an example, and giving my food to somebody else, like we could share it, but like you are about, I mean, you are like about to die, you know, I mean, from starvation, I mean, me, and, you know, giving food who is same as me, and you know, we do have to consider ourselves too, the priority of things, you know, and others as well. If they are in more need, I would have to give my food, you know. Those things we have learned from childhood, you know, like helping other other people, our friends, and, you know, relatives, when we have, or someone little ones who are in more need, like some when I was still a kid, some my relatives, my friends, little ones, they used to like come snatching my toys, and I didn't like. I had like I had like a feelings of getting hurt, but I didn't act on them, and like I used to, from the next time I used to prepare the toys for them beforehand, and I didn't even acted on those feelings I had. I controlled, and I you know uh, brought out better feelings, and avoided and tried to play something, do something else. Uh, uh, well, we have all grown up now, but yeah, but people do seem to. I mean, now people seem to be doing serious crimes because they can't control their feelings. They don't they don't have what they need and what they really deserve and their rights. Like when you're hungry, I would rather die myself because I am a like a follower of Buddhism and Buddha. Well, I do believe other gods too, and I learn their teachings and try to share out with others too. Like there's a cross, and I got this Hindu from Hindu religion, and I got these Japanese tattoos too. Well, it is just an art from just an artist perspective, and not like those negative things or groups or not connected with bad things or bad people. And well, it does help me sometimes to ward off the bullies and those people, ignorant and nosy people. But yeah, it is. It has got a negative. They get the wrong idea that I am some kind of negative person or bad person and things like that. But being bad, we will obviously fail and trip and lose our respect, reputation. Many things. Uh, walking bad will make me trip, obviously, like with my eyes closed. Like I might not care about the and know the how the outcome will be, and I might be, yeah, it's cool, yeah, I might go like that, but I know I will fall because keeping my eyes closed won't get to my won't get me to my destination probably, and I wouldn't know if I even got to my destination, and even if I knew, I wouldn't, like, my inner feelings wouldn't be sure that since I'm keeping my eye closed. Yeah, okay. And the money, the law, the education system. Okay, the education system. Well, it is a different countries and different places, and there are many things and ways and systems of education, but in quite early ages, when we are still mature and still young, uh, we need to fix that the safety, the safety. It's not safe, the people, when you send out your kids to a school, the other kids, some might be naughty, you know. There are obviously there might be naughty. Well, there are. I've been in some educational places. I mean the education sectors where there were not bullies and somebody would harass and like in negative way, like too serious and not like joking around with friends, but serious bullying and harassing, like threatening us and my friends and some classmates I wasn't well introduced with, and they used to get and myself threatened sometimes, like they would be waiting outside the gate, like, and they would come to your classroom and threats like those, and I will come to your house and I'll be waiting. I live there, I live here, and many kinds of things. Those quarrels, what they started because of their own uncontrolled feelings for being jealous, probably. I think so, because when we had to like clear things, when I tried to clear things, when we had to clear things, they had no reason. They couldn't talk, so they had to just use bad words, trash words to talk and to face us. That is just their weakness, like not being able to follow the rules and the social, cannot stay in social manners and behaviors. They are the ones who are losing their face and losing the real points, of life, values, if they don't behave or respect and care and love how they should and how they behave, they are losing their points, and they will be making crimes with their own fault. And for others, there have been cases about self-defense and many things. But they will be committing crimes, and they will get what they deserve, But we, people like me, and who goes to, I used to get complained for being silent, and being focused on studies and what the teacher used to teach us. I used to be so focused, and I wouldn't make and I used to get complained to my family. I had to speak up, even though I knew I already learned and thought about those things. And the education system is just like being a memory card, not being a user and administrator like a computer's user, but to be practical too. The current education system, it just makes you repeat things and memorize things, but you don't know what and how. The people seem to be missing that point, missing the point of education, being educated, really educated, and just having a paper that says you this and that, and a stamp, a signature, a name. But I don't think that's the really way to do it, because there are doctors who got certification, and some students. There are different kinds of doctors who do good things, and on this spot they can like get the job done. Like not just what they have memorized, like even if they have memorized, like we need there's food in my bag. Okay, let's say this is the this is the sentence we in a book, and the academic book, and and if we there are some foods in my bag, and if I eat them, I will get back the energy, and my hunger will also go away. Okay. Okay, that is the knowledge. And what the people seem to do, they can repeat that line, but they don't exactly know. Oh, like you have to go through your bag and eat the food. That seems to be missing with our generation, elders and seniors than me, and juniors and little ones than me too. Might like not all of them, but I think most of them, or maybe some, like doctors using force, like too much of force. Some doctors, but if we do like just injecting, I have tried myself. I did try many. I did work in many sectors and many fields, and while tattooing, like not using force, like fast, but being gentle, but using force at the same time. Being gentle and using the force time, the needle won't hurt, the injection won't hurt, and same goes for the dentist. Some kids like myself used to be scared to go to a dentist because they would like hurt you, and like they wouldn't feel the pain. So you as a human, that is a simple matter of being social. But I don't know why, but yeah, like if we use force and being gentle too at the same time, it won't hurt. And other in order like having a first aid and many things, like I will talk about those scientific properties, about scientific material converter, and the regenerating body parts. Those disabled people who are currently or might be in the future, even me myself, we could use those the person, people who need it, like we do heal when we get injured, but what is that process? How does it heal? How can we make it faster? How does it know that? How does our body it's the subconscious thing and like those, but what if we try to research on it from a little budget, and I will talk about the material converter and strategies to start the industries to fix our world, the current world. Well, the electricity, we can have like a depot of electricity supply box in each house. A copper wires between the two magnets. It creates electricity, and and if we work out other techniques of that, like the fans and the south and the the north part of the magnets, we can turn turn a fan without the water or wind or those kinds of natural that needs those force to move the fan and generate electricity. Uh, and yes, we can add those to even generate further electricity. And yes, and yeah, the economy, the financial, okay, like raw materials we create like a simple silk. Okay, for me, simple silk, I think it is quite expensive. I can grow it in my room, like uh, like a bunch, maybe a dozen of those uh, in a pot, you know, in a like lake, the pond-like environment. It grows in the silk, and and if I can make those silk in $100, and I can sell them. I make them for $100 and I sell them for 150. That's a profit for me. 50. Like, I don't know if everyone has this trading idea. Like for the young ones who might need it, and and I like make them and stack them and store them in a stacks, and like if I sell them as a wholesale dealer, like there are other wholesale dealers too who sell things for less profit, and like yeah, if I sell them a silks bundle, a stack for like a stack. I mean, like a piece, one piece of silk. Uh, uh, for 150, the other person, the retailers, the suppliers, and they can take profit, and I could give them discounts, and for selling my materials, we could be just be wasted here, and I would be making more, like for a little discount, we all earn, and and we could start more job opportunities for others too, uh, uh, and the government should have been the ones to create jobs so we could earn, since they took the job of governing, like making jobs, finding jobs, what we need, what we don't, and how we earn. The system they had to come up with one, but people like me are still unemployed, jobless, uh, and I am trying to be self-employed. I am a certified IT, in hardware and software engineer, but and I am I'm selling my Swift technology, which replaces the binary digit. It is better than the binary digit, and it is the fastest and mm, the fastest possible technology, the electronic technology for mobile phones, smartphones, and the computers and any kind of electric devices or electric machines that needs calculating um, and commands and things like those that work with the computer language. I came up with this language when I was trying to make my own language, inspired by the Japanese and Asian, um, like which would look better. I mean, sorry, which would look cool to me, to just as a casual, like when I was in the mood, when I had the passion to make new fonts for online selling and sharing things, yeah, and speaking too. But I ended up with the computer language. Yeah, it is kind of funny, but uh, that was when I was trying to come up with the numerical algorithm, and while I was trying to work with them, that I ended up with those things, and I did come up with my own language, like Narakasi Kari Kaido. It is inspired by Japanese, but it is kind of a bit of rough, and yeah, I do like all the languages because I like to communicate and understand and be understood by everyone, from all ages, from all kinds of countries, and but I'm straight, and so I like to keep things like friendly, brotherhood, uh, and yes, I'm still single, and uh, but yeah, I do know Japanese language, few Japanese language too, like konnichiwa, hajimemashite, and I speak Hindi too, and uh, and yeah, okay. Let's get back to it's uh, the 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 technology, the the computer language, the base computer language of a motherboard, which I am selling for only 50 million pounds, which comes to as 2 billion pounds, more than 2 billion pounds estimated in the market. Which will change with the same resources, we could have like 10 times faster and more maybe. Yeah, okay. And on the birth system, the people, we are not getting the proper rights of our before birth. People are letting the government are letting people to give birth and leave that child helpless, and the that child will cause us harm, or some they would be great, or just like everyone else, but uh, some people might not like be Buddha, and they would resort to violence and steal and robbing and things, since they can't work because they have got no job, they have got no land, so they can't work even on a farm or field, you know. And what else is there? The person is doesn't want to, starve to death, and not all people can be like Buddha, we all have different attributes. We just need to, work out how to use those attributes. We all have attributes, but how to sign them and where to use it. It sounds simple, and it might be simple, it might be on a different level, but yeah, like looking at myself, maybe kindness, because I can't say no, like being like quite confident and things like that. Like if somebody needs help and even I can't do it, it's like so hard for me to say deny them, like saying no to them, that, and which can backfire to me. It is quite funny, but yeah. Like it will have the positive sides because I helped them even though I couldn't, and it will later on be a stack of points about my contribution and many things. Yeah. Okay. And crimes, the reason for crimes the people are committing, where are they committing crimes? Are they not getting enough food? The government not supplying, not teaching them, or creating job opportunities, and machine, they should be the one working, doing the manual and labor work. Like if we can carry and do things, this side of my muscle will be bigger than the left. Why? What is the reason to work? To make ourselves break our body and make our body, like if that is your choice, it can be a personal choice, but like working, exercising ourselves to be look good and be healthy. That is a different part of our life. We got life. We got brought into this world, but we can't even work like what they want, doing the things that they want and doing it, but they want like some people, even here in my country, the guy ran away without paying me, for the my first manual work I did here, and it was quite quite a while ago, and I've been to the United Kingdom for my past years, like 10 years, more than 10 years, and I am a citizen of that country, and I am the citizen of this my country, Nepal too, and I was born here, and I went to United Kingdom at the age before I was 18, just before I was 18, and yeah, and I've been working, going to college and things like those, and doing courses and many things, and okay, and people they used to bully me too in school. I want to talk about my looks. If you guys don't like it, and I'm just in my casual, in my room, I'm just in my casual looks. So hope you won't mind or get offended or take it as an offense to anyone, because that is not my intention. Uh, uh, and well, it's the world, and the city and country, they say, but it is like a jungle, where weak gets hunted. Humans shouldn't act like those, like when we see little ones weak and good ones, we are supposed to help them. We need to go along with them, not like you are in some kind of jungle, like in an entertainment, like those in entertainment field, like they try to have a bite. Or do they need to be treated as an animals, like those, we see animals getting butchered and massacred, slaughtered, sorry, not massacred, sorry, slaughtered. I do feel for them too, and I did work on that, like vegetables, like trying to work out the ingredients with ingredients to that tastes like kind of meat, and we don't have to uh, feed on animals, little poor animals. And the material converter, which gives us meat and raw meat, or cooked, even cooked, but it won't. We don't have to slaughter animals, and they can be some kind of animal parks, or things like those, and they can live there happily, and we can maintain their lives, help them live too. Yeah, because people and dogs, we find pets in our houses, and even myself, I had dogs. But if we accidents do happen, and when we might accidentally step on our dog, it might bite us, like some neighbor, like I have my dog in my house, and a neighbor comes into because of some things happening out in the world, out in the community, and my dog could bite. It's not safe, and what kind of it is being beaten in the city. Is it a city, a developed place, or is it just some jungle uses, animalism and barbarism, things like those, I don't really like it, so I would like to let you people, everyone, about the feelings and the point I am on about, and the anti-hacking foolproof, the as an enforcer, I the job titles name, because the people are so proud of hacking and stealing, because they can't own it, and just because they are being a foolish, stupid, the stupidness, because they are showing stupidness, they can't follow the real rules. Well, the system is broken, so they can't. Some people, some innocent, who are willing to work, who are willing to do good, they are also, they need to resort to the hacking and things like that too, But my anti-hacking foolproof It's completely free on my Facebook page, and the link should be down there for you to take a look and go through it. And if you want to work with me, please do contact me, and we can work on a antivirus system which is fast and which works too. And for game companies too, and the IT companies that need anti-hacking codes, or I can come up with codes, and we can work on it. Please do contact me if so. And the organizations, the social working organizations, I would like to suggest them, and my respect to them. And the some I see them getting donated, and I do donate myself too sometimes. Well, I used to when I was back in United Kingdom, but now I am here still jobless because this country is in a state of still progressing. But yeah, those amount of sum, I would suggest just a suggestion or a feedback. If they start a business that could make profit, a million, you get if we get a 1 million sum donated, then 1 million, if we buy things without those aren't risky, and those things that doesn't expire for a million, and sell it for and make profit of 1.5 million, the total amount. The 500,000 is it keeps coming, there is no need to ask for more donation from anyone, and the organizations get to help people in need, and they could help them and start their business, and they could do the same for the others, and the world will obviously develop if that happens in practical too. And support, working with support, and yeah, many things yeah, I think that's the most of it for this video. I would like to take my leave and say goodbye for now. I mean, just a bye, and see you guys later. See you people later, my people. Please have fun and be good. And my respects to all, and my love and care to all as well. And I would like to take my leave for now. Okay, salute.